Hi, everybody. This is Jordan Adler checking in with you tonight from the Chicago area, and it's the 16th of June, 2014. Welcome to our weekly training call. I'm going to start off tonight's call with an email, a short email that I got from my good friend Paul Smith, and he says, remember when Cody gave us his vision? By the way, for those of you that don't know, Cody Bateman is the founder of our company. Remember when Cody Bateman gave us his vision for the future at convention? Well, hang on. Here's a quote about the future from one of those economic and investment gurus that I follow, John Malden. And he says, it is a tendency of ours to take our recent past and project it in a linear fashion into the future. That's the way we're hardwired. And while we all acknowledge that change is happening faster today than it did 20 or 30 years ago, we really don't expect the pace of change to quicken in the future. The next 20 years, we figure, will be more or less like the past 20 years. Not a chance. That assumption is missing the second derivative of change, the acceleration of the pace of change. As a thought experiment, let's assume that we're going 40 miles an hour in 1984, and by 2004, we're going 50 miles an hour. But today, we're going 60 miles per hour. It took 20 years to get that additional 10 miles per hour from 40 to 50, but only 10 years to go from 50 to 60 miles per hour. If we continue to accelerate, we'll be going 100 miles per hour in another 20 years. What the impact of the internet and computers, while the impact of the internet and computers is evident, what I'm suggesting is that we're going to see multiple technologies go from deceptively hiding in the background with the pace of change they promise frustratingly slow to suddenly taking center stage and becoming disruptive. Now, that's the quote from John. I believe that this is a gold mine that we're going to talk about tonight, and it's going to get very big, very fast. And I'm going to try and explain it to you. I'm going to try and explain why in about 30 minutes. We may go a few minutes over. And I'm going to talk about how you can participate. Our company has invested, Cody Bateman has invested about $3 million in server infrastructure and in transition and in migration. Taken 23 programmers, 15 inside programmers, 8 outside programmers, just under 2 years in development. This has never been done before. We've got absolutely no competition. And in 2004, some of you remember this, a few of you, a handful of you, I told a handful of my close friends that send-out cards would be big, and we went from a $2 million company to a $50 million company. Now, I'm saying the same about this, only this is a multi-billion-dollar idea, and it's not an idea any longer. I'm going to do my best to prove to you why this is going to be a multi-billion-dollar idea. You know, when the wheel was invented, everything changed. When the automobile was invented, everything changed. When the computer was invented, we don't question that everything changed. Digital technology caused everything to speed up, and it made technology available to everyone, and it took it from large warehouses into the palm of our hand. When social media was invented, everything changed. I mean, today we're all glued to our iPads and our phones and our devices. And there's a lot of hype in our profession. A lot of companies say this is a game changer. This is history in the making. This is revolutionary. Many companies say that about their quote-unquote announcements. But I'm going to tell you right now, what I'm sharing with you is not hype, and I'm going to do my very best to show you why. Cody called me about 16 months ago, and he said, Jordan, I want to run an idea by you that we're working on right now, and I'm very excited about it. And he started to share it to me, and a whole new world unfolded right before my eyes, and my heart started pumping fast because I could see, immediately I could see the implication of what he was telling me. And I said, Cody, is this for real? Is this something that we could actually do? He said, not only is it for real and it's something that we could actually do, he said, we're already working on it. And I got so excited. What I'm going to talk to you about is exponential versus incremental. It's multidimensional versus linear. And I'm going to get into some specifics here in a minute. Send out cards is a very linear opportunity, and it's a very rich opportunity, and it makes a difference in people's lives. When you hit the send button, that card goes out and it touches another human being in a positive way, but it's very linear. We pick a contact, we type a personal message, we upload some pictures, and we hit the send button, and that card goes to somebody, and it makes a big difference for that individual. I mean, my father is He's had some heart problems recently, and he received hundreds of cards from you guys, and he spent the past few days with me there opening cards from all of you from all around the world, and it's made a huge difference for me. Today he was in the best mood that he's been in since he left the hospital almost 3 weeks ago. Sendcere, that we're going to talk about tonight, is multidimensional and multidirectional. It represents a quantum leap, the same way that the digital camera represented a quantum leap for photography, the same way that the computer represented a quantum leap for business. Sendcere is multidimensional and multidirectional. It represents a quantum leap for our company. It's dynamic versus static. In terms of reach, which is more powerful? Question for you. In terms of reach, which is more powerful, texting or Facebook? Well, there's no question that in seconds, a message on Facebook can go to thousands of people, and it's multidimensional. We're all connected with each other. Consider that up until now, send-out cards has been like texting. If send-out cards is worth $50 million as a company, I don't know exactly what it's worth. Let's say it could be worth $200 million based on our revenues. I don't know. But if send-out cards is worth $50 million, Sendcere right now today, as soon as it launches, is worth $1 billion. And I'm going to tell you why. 3 words: reach, engagement, and addiction. Reach, engagement, and addiction. The internet changed the way we purchase books, music, shoes, videos, and a whole lot of other things. And what I'm going to talk about tonight will require you to stretch the limits of your imagination. Remember when we used to go down to Walgreens or Osco to have our film developed? Well, digital photography changed all that. As I mentioned before, what digital technology did for photography, Sendcere will do for send-out cards. It breaks us out of the barriers of our company walls and opens up the world to every distributor in our company. And I want to emphasize that no other company in the world has the technology that we're getting ready to launch. I'm going to end this part of my talk, and then we're going to get into some slides talking about how the business of travel agent changed. I met a woman at our convention that said she was a travel agent, and coming from the travel business, I know that profession has changed significantly. Some of you heard me tell this story last week. I just assumed that she was struggling because she was a travel agent. And when I asked her what how she's doing so well, she told me she's doing great in the travel agency business over the past year. I said, how are you doing so well? And she pointed up to the sky and she said, space. I go, space? She goes, I book space. And she pointed up into the sky. She's booking tickets into space on Virgin Galactic, Richard Branson's company, $250,000 per ticket. They've sold 700 tickets. She hasn't sold 700 tickets, but they've sold 700 tickets to go on a spaceship up into space. That's redefining the travel agency business. What I'm going to talk to you about now redefines our entire company. It's a pre-launch. It's a new company. It's a brand new world for this company. So let's go into it and talk about it. We're going to take a look at Facebook and Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, and send-out cards. Facebook has 1 billion users. They've been around for a while, but they did it in record time. Instagram, 1 billion users. I don't think there's another company on the planet that has 1 billion users. Instagram, in a matter of a very few short years, has 100 million users. Pinterest, in just 2 years, 70 million users. Twitter, 300 million users. Send-out cards, and I had to exaggerate that little line down there so that you could even see it, 627,000 users. And we've got a product that's in demand, a product that people love, a product that makes a difference in people's lives that almost has no competition at all. We're taking an offline product, bringing it online, making it accessible to everyone, and touching people's lives with gratitude. But yet we only have 627,000 users in 10 years. I believe that Sendcere will allow us to do in 1 year what it took send-out cards to do in 10, which represents revenue, volume, and income, residual income to you guys. So let's talk about why. How is it possible that Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, and others have built platforms with hundreds of millions, tens of millions of users, and send-out cards only 627,000? Let's talk about that. You know, one of the things that, if you take a look right smack in the center of the slide, it shows all the fingers intertwined. one of the reasons why the social media sites explode is because people have a need to feel connected to each other. We don't question that. We all have a need to feel that connection with other human beings. We experience that every day that we're on Facebook. In addition to that, we're voyeurs. We want to look into the lives of other people. That's why the reality TV shows do so well. And if you look on the upper left there on the screen, you know, we're all looking at we're glued to our phones and glued to our iPads almost to a point of obsession, to a point of addiction. Why? We want to see into the lives of other people. And as someone says to me, no, I don't, they're scrolling through their phone, looking at their friends and trying to figure out what all their friends are doing and where they are. We also have a need to be known, a need to be famous on the bottom right-hand part of the slide there where it shows American Idol and The Voice. You know, whenever you see somebody has a picture taken with someone that's well-known, or, you know, you take a picture with any opportunity you have to kind of blast your life out. And this is not everyone. It's not everybody, but it certainly is most people, and that's evidenced by the growth of these social media platforms. If you look on the upper right-hand part of your screen there, where it says agree, we have a need to be validated, and that's, you know, the like button on your Facebook, or the little heart that we click that says that we like something. You know, we look and we see how many likes we've gotten because we want to be validated. You know, we get excited when we got 50 likes or 100 likes. That's just human nature. We want to be validated. And then we get depressed if we've only got 2 or 3 likes, right? And then on the bottom left, Veruca Salt from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, I want it now. We want immediate gratification. Well, send out cards in the past has had probably about 2% of everything on this slide, but Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, they have almost all these elements. And that's what's caused them to explode because they feed into human nature. Where typically we want to be connected to others. We want to be validated. We're voyeurs. We want to see in the lives of others. We want to be famous. We want to be known, and we want it now. These are the things that we crave in our lives. We crave to be connected. We crave to be liked. And so that's what has made these social media platforms explode. And I want you to really get that up until now, Send-Out Cards has not had any of these things until now. With Sendcere. As I mentioned, Cody Bateman has made a significant investment in a platform that's able to handle tens of millions of customers. And it's taken many, many months and 23 programmers to put this all together. So imagine a website that you could go to and you can like, and I know some of you those of you that were at convention, many of you that are listening in at convention, and you've been beta testing this and helping us, you know, put cards onto the Sendcere platform. Now, I want everybody to know, because we got a lot of guests on the call tonight, this is not launched yet. It's in beta. It is operational, but it's not fully operational. It's in beta. We're doing heavy testing. And those people that get involved with us will be able to help us in the beta and the launch of this, and really have a jump on all those people that will be getting involved with us in the very near future. But you can take cards and you can collect them, just like on the other social media platforms. You can like them, you can collect them, you can share them, you can save them. But these are cards. They're photographs. They're creative, fun cards that have to do with people's lives. You can view into the lives of others using this platform. You can collect. You can actually be connected to other people through the cards. It's almost identical to a Pinterest or an Instagram, but there are some differences. Now, if you were to click on a card, so let's say you were to pick this card right here, or no, we'll use this card right down here. You were to click on this nice "We get paid to be nice to people" card right down there. If you were to click on that card, what would happen is you would go to a page that looks like this, and this is an online card, but you'll notice that there's a little green button underneath it. If you click that card, you can actually send this card. You could modify it. You could type a personal message. You can send it. Now, in addition to that, on the left-hand side, you'll notice Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Google+, and there's a little envelope right there. These icons right here on the left allow you to then post the card through Sendcere onto the social media sites. Now, that function is not active yet, It's still in testing, but in the very near future, you'll be able to do that. So imagine somebody has 300, let's say a customer of ours has 300 friends, of which 295 of them have never used send-out cards or heard of it. Think of the implications of this. Let's say a person has 300 friends, of which 295 of them really don't know what send-out cards is, and you go and you share this card on that wall. And now those people see it, and they have an opportunity that they could send it. And if they go and send that card, you get credit for that customer. They become your customer, and any cards and gifts that they purchase from then on out, from any of the collections, you get paid on that. So think about the implications of that. Right now we have 624,000 customers, but imagine those customers sharing the cards they love on their social media sites. Now, you can share other people's cards, and if you share their cards and somebody that's in your friend list chooses to become a customer and send out cards and gifts in the mail, you get paid residual on that. This is huge. In fact, it's funny, I went to my mortgage guy he's been my customer now, my send-out cards customer for about 6 months, and I saw him last week. His name's Michael, and I said, Michael, I need 5 minutes with you. I want to show you something. And I sat down with him, and I copied this page right here. I just copied it, and I handed it to him, and I said, we're getting ready to launch a social media platform that we've been working on for 18 months, $3 million investment, many, many programmers, and it's just like Instagram. It's just like Pinterest. And by the way, people under the age of 40, they get this stuff because they use it a lot, to the tune of hundreds of millions of users, right? So I showed this to him, and I said, we're getting ready to launch this, and I think it's going to be really big. I think it's a gold mine. And, you know, you're connected with a lot of people in the real estate business, and with hundreds of thousands of customers, we're going to have probably hundreds of real estate, title company, and mortgage cards posted on here that you'll have access to. And if you decide to share these cards on your Facebook or your other social media sites, anybody who clicks on those cards and sends them to other people that you know that are in real estate, you'll get credit for that customer, and then any cards and gifts that they send out, you'll get paid. Then I drew out the how much it costs to get started, and he said, let's do it. 5 minutes. I was literally sitting with him for 5 minutes. And these stories are coming in like left and right. So I want to talk about this. Think about this. There are professions and interests out there, people that have made cards already from the hundreds of thousands of customers that we already have that are beginning to be shared on Sendcere. You may have an area of interest, or let's say you're interested in fishing, and you create some fishing cards, and you share a few cards, and there's 10 other people that are also involved in fishing, and they share some cards, and now somebody who loves to fish searches for fish cards, and all those cards come up. So accountants, dentists, doctors, veterinarians, salesmen, engineers, computer techs, pest control, pick a topic. People that love Siamese cats, they can search, and because of this shared talent pool, people that are really good at making cards, there will be thousands and thousands of cards being added, tens of thousands of cards being added. You'll be able to see the other cards that were created by people that have the same interests that you do. Do you see the power in this? Do you see how much bigger it is than anything we've ever done before? We just went from linear to multi-dimensional. So all the other companies out there, all the other social media companies out there, you can share it, you can tag it, you can like it, you can save it, you can pin it, but you can't send it. Imagine being able to go to Instagram and seeing a picture that you like, and you click on it, and you can type a message and hit the send button. You can't do that on Instagram, but you can do it in send-out cards. I believe we're the only company in the world that offers that service when it launches, which is in the very near future. So we're in a pre-launch on it right now, and those of you that want to help us beta it in the final days before it launches and be in on the beginning of it, you want to consider getting involved with us. By the way, I believe we're the only company, major social media platform that you can actually get paid to do it. I don't know of any other. So the package, the marketing distributor package is $395. That sets you up with all your support. There is a $50 independent distributor package, but I don't really recommend it because you don't get what you need to build your business. So you get 100 points, with the $3.95. The points are 31 cents each, and they pay for your greeting cards, your postcards, your 3-panel cards, your gifts. You get 100 points included with that $3.95 package. You get full office support. You get web hosting, live chat, all those kinds of things. We've got a customer service staff of about 30 people that handle, calls and live chat and things like that. But you also get 10 customer accounts included with that marketing distributor package. That's a $310 value. Each of those accounts is loaded up with 100 points, which can be used to send out cards and gifts. You get those included with your marketing distributor package. And, of course, it includes the Sendcere social media platform when it launches in the very, very near future. So what do you want to do now? And, again, I'm limited to a 30-minute call here, so I'm not going to be getting into all the details that you might need if you're a guest on this call. So I want to recommend that you get back with the person that put you on the call. If you haven't sent a card on the system, that's the first thing they're going to have you do is walk you through sending a card on the system. They're going to have you watch less than 10 minutes of video. So you'll send a card on the system. You'll watch some video that'll explain in a little more detail how the compensation plan works and how the whole thing works. They'll go through that for you. But as far as if you like what you see and you're excited about the future of this launch, you can become a marketing distributor, $395. That'll position you to help us beta test the system and also put you in an immediate position where you can start to make money. The second thing you'd want to do is activate your 10 free accounts that are included with your distributor package. Again, that's that $310 value. You'll receive $50 when your first 2 are activated within your first 7 days. And then the third thing is get trained on our Simple Success system. Again, I'm not going into all the compensation of this, but the person that put you on this call can show you a very short video that will explain how the compensation works. So what to do, become a marketing distributor. It's $395. Position yourself to help us beta test the system. Activate your 10 free accounts. And when you activate your first 2, that means finding 10 people that'll try send out cards. And then when you activate your first 2, you get $50, and then get yourself trained on the Simple Success system. If you want to check that out in advance, I'll give you the website. It's just www.sendoutcards.com/simplesuccess. www.sendoutcards.com/simplesuccess. If you weren't at our convention, there's really not much out there that will give you information on Sendcere, the information that I'm giving you right now, although the person that put you on this call can forward you a link that will give you a detailed, I think about a 40-minute presentation on how Sendcere is going to work, along with some videos. So I want to wrap up with this. Again, the reason that this is going to be big is because of 3 elements. Reach. We didn't have the reach that we'll have when we launch this system. The second is engagement. The engagement is the connectivity. It's connecting hundreds of thousands of people through the images created on cards that can then be sent through the mail. And the third is addiction. We had the addiction factor, but nothing like the addiction factor of a Facebook or an Instagram until now. So this is your opportunity to have first mover advantage, to catapult your income with the leverage of social media. It offers you unlimited potential. You're not limited. You can grow this as big as you choose to. We have no competition. This has never been done before in the history of business. Sure, social media is out there, and there's companies that have built platforms similar to this, but no platform that integrates a $50 million infrastructure of card sending where you take an internet image and send it through the mail and be able to attach gifts to it with a fully integrated social media platform. So I'm suggesting that you might take a chance and do something that no one really knows how big it will be. And, of course, be able to participate in the beta launch. So with that, I am going to open up the lines and give everybody a chance to say good night. On the count of 3, go ahead and tell me your name and the city you're calling from. I hope you join us. Get your questions answered. It's going to be very, very exciting. And thanks for being on the call tonight. On the count of 3, say your name and the city you're calling from. 1, 2, and good night, everybody.